is up, and then it'll just be a minute or so. I'm looking for something to talk about.
Damn.
Rally here.
All right, so we're gonna we'll of course after the game is over go over some more things in the training range when we have some more time to go over them. There we were looking around for Widowmaker. Just make sure you're keeping your ears open and listening for footsteps. She was kind of beneath you in that room down the stairs. Okay. Watch your health bars. Sitting at 18 HP. Request healing.
That's the big problem.
Yep.
With switching from Valorant to Overwatch, because Overwatch is way faster paced, and I'm not used to it.
Yep. Exactly.
You lose your health in like a matter of seconds.
Yep. So you just got to keep an eye on that, because we constantly kind of want to be topped off. So anytime you're low, I need healing is should be bound to X by default.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yep, and then that is a good way to just give your supports an in-game audio cue for that.
Escort the payload.
Okay. Usually you can kind of like you only ever really need like one person and cart on at a time. It does go a bit faster the more people you have, but it's not a major necessity most of the time.
I'm confused about the DPS heroes in this game because it's almost impossible for like a DPS hero to kill a tank on their own.
Yeah. Yeah. So usually you don't want to focus tanks. Tanks come, if the opportunity arises. So if they're low, out of position, if they're the only thing you can shoot at. But other than that, you don't usually want to shoot at tanks.
Like now would be a good time to shoot a tank.
Yeah, if you're just trying to get them off of you, that sort of thing. Because
do you want to use a melee, or is it better to just use your weapons?
Melee, if they're low HP, it does 30 damage. So you melee usually to finish somebody. Not usually. You don't usually just kind of add it in for in the middle of shooting at them though. Okay, so in that case, might want to run around looking for like health packs to get topped off instead of sitting at low HP. If you need to, you can destroy those mines by shooting at them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. That is the handy one to know.
Yeah, that's a good one. I hate playing against oh my god, I hate playing against Tracer. So hard to shoot at her. Oh damn, that's a new one.
Alright. Be careful about just dashing in without ahead of your whole team. And then kind of dashing in off of anything. Because then you're just gonna get mowed down and killed, and there's nothing really you can do. Because we didn't have deflect available. Sometimes deflecting is handy to get out with.
I used deflect to try to get my team a little ahead. The reason I dashed forward was to try to get some, because they would focus on me. So that maybe my team would get a few hits in.
Yeah, which usually I'd say try to focus more on like what you can do in the fights, and trying to get value. You never really want to like suicide in to create space. Try to stay alive, of course, so you're able to do things and participate. And dashing in without really any.
Would you want to dash up instead of like let's say you're going against a tank like Reinhardt? Would you want to dash up so she can't hit you?
You can dash up a lot before you go for your ultimate, which is handy, but I wouldn't usually dash up in the air. Good kill.
require assistance.
What the hell? Oh. What's a problem?
Nice kill.
Was that a bad dash?
Usually you can just kind of walk that distance, but I mean, honestly, it wasn't like, you're not really in the middle of combat, so it didn't matter too much.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, let's say I got him.
So, in that case, you do have deflect available.
Yeah, can you use I've died so many times like this. Can you use deflect while you're putting your Dragon Blade back? I don't think so, right?
No, because you can beforehand, but then it kind of cancels into it. Yeah, so really the answer is no, because it's kind of in the animation.
I couldn't do anything there. Is there a way to like once you get dragged in by Roadhog, like to get away from it or no?
Usually, so you can jump afterwards and hope that he misses his shot, but after you get hooked, usually there's not much. But so really, the alternative is not putting yourself in that position in the first place.
If I get caught, I might just dash into him.
Yeah, that's something you can do, definitely. Or you can deflect as well as another thing, like just hold the deflect down so that as soon as you come out of it, you're able to.
Does deflect last longer if you're holding it down?
No, if you tap it, it just holds it the full duration. If you tap it again, then it'll cancel it.
Oh boy.
Right.
I just realized I had my dash.
Yep, we're definitely going to talk about like a bunch of different things after we exit out here. After
is it a good idea to have my kill cam on or off?
Honestly, that doesn't matter too much. I usually say just have it on. It can give you.
I have it off because it annoys me a lot, but then it's a good idea to have it on because it shows you what mistake you made.
Yeah, exactly. That's so you can learn from it, as well as the fact that it does show you what ultimate charge they had is another thing. So that can help you know what ultimates the person who killed you is at.
Boy.
Uh-oh. So pay attention to like where your whole team was there once again. We're running in a lot of the time here when our whole team's like really far back and they're not really with us. And when that's the case, our team we're pretty much going in like 1v5. Yeah, and you're just gonna die really really quickly. So be careful to not walk in without them. Try to sync up with your team.
Overwatch is a lot more of a team game.
Yep.
Really good combinations from Matra and Roadhog. Do you think Genji's a good player to main? Or is it just like...
So, as of the moment, he's a bit more like, you know, a bit more mid-tier as a character. But definitely overall, he's not a bad character. And there's definitely a lot of really good Genji players.
Yeah, I tried my best there.
Okay, pretty much same thing. Just make sure we're paying attention where teammates are at. Just because we didn't really have any teammates with us, so we're going for it.
Dang, we're really close, but we're not gonna get it.
All right, so don't hop into a game quite yet. I'm gonna stream
Yeah.
my screen, and we're gonna go over a bunch of different things here.
Question: does play of the game give you more XP? I just want to know that.
I don't know if I'm actually sure on that one.
Oh.
That would be something to check at like I think on the XP when it gives you like that XP card when it shows you what you get. That'd be something to check there. And if you don't see anything, then it probably didn't
Okay.
give you anything extra. Because XP was never a thing, yeah, it was never a thing to actually, I guess, pay attention to an Overwatch one. Now I guess it matters a bit more. All right, so let's go over a couple different things here. Firstly, right click versus left click, right? When to be using each. Just note that right click does have a faster fire rate, so that's the one, and they both do the same amount of damage. So that's the one that you want to use whenever possible. But it does have more spread on it. So you're only going to be, further away you go, you're only hitting one shuriken versus left click, which can hit, all 3 shurikens. So that's really the main difference there. So usually I'm going to be really quick with this. Usually the rough range on it is about 10 meters, right? So when we're within this range, or maybe even more like 9, we can go like this, and we can hit multiple right clicks at the same time. And then once we get further than that, then we might want to swap over to left click instead. And then if you're shooting up against tanks, so bigger hitboxes, you can do it from further away. If you're doing into shields, you can do it from further away. Or into just if you're spamming a big group of people, you can do it from further away. But besides that, probably want to be left-clicking from further away. And then right-clicking is really the preference once you get up close, as it's just going to be doing a lot more damage. Your easy combo on Genji, which I didn't really see being done, but of course you're new, is going to be basically right-click dash, because you can burst someone's health down really fast, so you can do right-click and dash.
I was trying to learn that. I tried learning. Not learning, but I tried that while I was in training range, but I didn't like. I tried it, but then it didn't work. So I was like, oh, I didn't see it, I guess. So I was like, oh, it doesn't work.
It does work. It's just make sure that.
It.
Yeah, make sure you have to time it. You have to time it right. If you press them at the same time, then I mean, honestly, even if you press them at the same time, that can still work. It's really yeah. You just want to press it a bit earlier. That way, it's actually going through and not getting, I guess, canceled by the dash. Would be the only thing I can think of there. Then at the other end of the, let's say we don't hit all the headshots, you can, if they're low HP, you can melee, or you can just right click again as options. If you're far away and you're trying to dash in at someone, you can left click dash and then melee at the end of it. That's just going to be another easy combo that you can do for high amounts of damage and bursting people down. So right click dash, melee as you're coming out of it, and then follow up with another right click if you need to. That sort of thing. Dragon Blade, try to firstly note that when you blade, it resets your dash. So you can dash and then blade and then you get another dash. So a lot of the times
Wait, does the kill reset it or does a swing reset it?
A kill resets dash, correct.
Okay.
But if you pop your ultimate, that also resets it.
Okay, so you want to dash, ult, and then dash.
Yes, exactly. So usually that can help you cover distance. So it's handy because what you can do is you can dash up in the air, then ult, and then dash at an enemy. This can make it easier for teammates to combo with you. So for I don't know if you've heard of Nano Blade yet, but that's on a Nano Boost with you, and that's a really powerful combo. It can be easy for Zarya to give you bubble and Mercy to give you her damage boost. So it's easy for your team to combo with you, and it's also can give you a good visibility over where everyone's at on the enemy team. So it looks something like this, where we dash, ult, and then we have another dash to use. I would add dashes into your attacks because then that does two things. One, it does extra damage in case they get healed or they have more health as a character. And then also at the same time, if you're adding the dash in between your slices, it's going to mix up your movement and make you harder to hit, which is going to keep you alive longer. So that'd
Quick question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
With the Dragon Blade, would you want to target like tanks or would you want to target like the DPS or support?
Squishy. So that's gonna be a common thing with all of your target priority. Like I was saying before, tanks really aren't that high of priority. You want to go for the easy characters to kill, which is usually the DPS and supports, because tanks are by nature the hardest things to kill. And then you do look at. That's not to say you never look at them. You look at them if they are out of position, if they're low, if you have no other option. Like let's say
So you
they're
only
last
want to
person
target them
alive.
if there's no one near them. If there's no one
Yeah,
near you.
if there's no one near them, or you have an opportunity to target them, right? Like if they're 1 HP, well then now they're easy to kill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So besides that, I would focus those squishier targets. Let's see what else is there. We're going to talk about cover real quick. So this one is pretty much a real big one for you as well, and we're gonna go over a couple things similar to this. But if I'm standing right here and the enemy team is standing over there and they're all looking at me and shooting at me, 5 people looking at you and shooting at you, you're gonna get shredded really, really quickly. So if we're trying to run away, and let's say we just use dash, it's gonna take 1, 2, 3 seconds to get over here behind cover. Now from here you cannot shoot through solid objects, so we're good, we're chilling. But in that time it took you to walk here, you died, right? Just because we were way too far away from cover. Whereas if I'm right here, well now I can shoot these guys and go like this, and now they can't see me, and it takes half a second to duck behind cover. Which is about like 6 times faster than what I just took previously, and then therefore good positioning is the usage of cover, whereas bad positioning is the absence of cover. The further away we stray from cover, the worse our positioning is. And cover's all over the place. You have slopes like so, you have pillars in between shots when you're reloading, when you can use corners, when you're taking damage from abilities, ultimates, random objects sitting around like the payload you can use, pillar, corner, doorway, corner, doorway. On top of that, high grounds are fantastic positioning. They can see you, now they can't see you, now they can't. Take high grounds frequently, because Genji can just climb up there super easily with your wall climb.
Like, let's say there was a question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
If there was a soldier 76 on the ground and then a widow with a and then just a widow on a ledge, which one would you want to go for? The widow or the soldier 76?
So
they're just in distance.
So if you're thinking about really the high ground versus low ground doesn't really even make a big difference, because you can get to either just as easily. But Widowmaker as a character is much easier to kill than Soldier, because Widowmaker has less HP. Widowmaker is 100. Actually, did they change that back? Did they revert that? No, she's 200 now, isn't she? Yeah, no, never mind. She's not less HP. My bad. They've mixed that around a little bit. So now she has the same
HP. They really
HP.
make Widowmaker more than Tracer. I guess that makes sense though.
Yeah, so Widowmaker, they have the same HP, but Soldier has Sprint, Soldier has his health pad, and higher damage at close range, so he's going to be able to kill you easier. And then on top of that, Widowmaker has a big head hitbox, especially if she's scoped in, so she's going to be much easier to headshot as well. So Widowmaker definitely would be the easier target to go for.
Okay.
Yep. So make sure you're using cover. Cover, because cover's great, fantastic. A lot of times you would stray from cover. So the easy example for would be like Roadhog Hook. You're asking about that. If Roadhog hooks at you and you go like this, then either he just misses you or you break it off of on the corner. So that's gonna be an easy way to get rid of Hog Hook, is just to duck around it. To dodge Hog Hook, you also have Deflect to just cancel the Hog Hook.
Deflect and cancel it?
Deflect, if he hooks you and you're deflecting, then it would just bounce off Deflect.
Nice.
Yep, so Deflect would block it.
Can Deflect block everything, or can, like,
not...
I'm pretty sure Echo's lasers can go through Deflect.
Yeah, not lasers, but everything, pretty much every, like, projectile. So Zarya beam would go through it, Echo's focus beam would go through it, Symmetra's turrets and beam would go through it.
Moira, I'm pretty sure.
Moira, correct, would go through it. But most else would end up getting blocked by it. And splash damage can go around it, right? So if you have Junkrat or Pharah shooting around you, it can go around it. Most other things will get deflected, and all melee damage, so Reinhardt swings, will not get deflected, but it will stop the damage. Yeah. Then besides that, no, you can cancel your deflect, so I can deflect and then press it again to just pull it back if you are in a duel. That can be handy if you're trying to duel people. All right. Another thing that I saw before you're engaging, so this would be just a handy tip, is just we would oftentimes we would just dash in the middle of their team, and then our team would be like all the way back there, right? And then we're basically 1v5ing, and you get shredded really, really quickly, and then you're gone. Whereas, and then the other thing to consider there is if you're going in by yourself and your team's not with you, then your team can't be a distraction. All 5 of them can focus you, whereas if your team pushes in, well, now they're distracted and they can't all 5 of them look at you as easily. Maybe it's just 1 or 2 people are looking at you. And then on top of that, if your team's pushing in, they can bait out other abilities and cooldowns and ultimates and things like that, which is another thing that will help keep you alive longer. So I would encourage you, before you push, make sure you're just doing more frequent, just 360s and 180s, and just check, do I have my team with me? If they're all the way back here, I would maybe just poke and wait rather than immediately dashing in, and just wait for your team to push forwards a bit more. Don't run in if they're still in spawn. Just kind of make sure you're syncing up with them a bit more frequently. Then besides that, I also just wouldn't dash in without any other opportunity or reason to. Genji as a character is very opportunistic, which means that he goes in when he sees the opportunity. So let's say you get somebody low HP. Well, your dash, right? If somebody's low HP, right? Your dash gets that reset, right? So if we dash in, we can dash back out because it resets upon the kill. Right, so that's an easy way to escape, and we can swoop in, finish off the kill very easily, and then get out very easily.
And they shoot you in the middle of the dash?
Yes, theoretically they can, correct.
But I'm guessing it's really hard.
Yeah, it's not something that would be intentionally done. It would be if you just get spammed out of it, and sometimes if it can be a bit a bit wonky or buggy, where ping will you'll be through your dash, and sometimes you'll do damage to them, and then you'll still be dead back here. So it can sometimes be a
That's
little
what
weird.
happens to me sometimes, because I dash into someone and then I get teleported back with a Reinhardt hammer in my forehead.
Yep.
Which is really annoying.
Yep. So
could you do something like that in the game, like with what you did with the training bots? Just throw, would you do? Could you be able to do that?
Yes, correct. Because it resets off of the kill. It's not. Of course, it's not gonna be as easy as that in the game, but it resets on kill, so you can dash through one person and the next and the next, that sort of thing.
Alright.
But yeah, make sure you're just looking for opportunities. Someone's out, someone's off by themselves. That's an opportunity to go in, swoop in on the kill. You have your ultimate. That's an opportunity. Besides that, play passive, right? Look to poke and try to get somebody alone.
Ultimate. Let's say there's 3 people: a Roadhog, an Echo, and a Mercy. Would you want to just ult on them and then go for the Echo, or would you just want to save it and then look for other people to kill?
So you don't want to it doesn't always have to be a 5-man ultimate. That's that's fine. If it's a super difficult one, if you're saying Echo's flying up in the sky, then maybe it might be best to wait till she's down on the ground or something, or she's used her ability. But besides that, I think it would be fine if it's 3 people. It more so depend on the flow of the fight, of how many people are they up or down. This is probably another handy thing for you to kind of have your repertoire, your toolkit, would be how to tell whether or not you've won or lost a fight. This largely comes down to kill feed. That's the top right corner of your screen, where it shows if people are alive or dead. This is not all that it is. It gets more advanced, but the basics of it is pay attention to if you're up or down people. You can also go into settings.
Don't they also tell you we're down in people?
Voice lines? Voice lines will say it. You can also, if you go to sound settings, you can do play sound when enemy and teammate are eliminated, and turn those on, and that will give you a ping sound when enemies and teammates are eliminated.
Where is that?
Setting options, sounds play when enemy and teammate are eliminated.
Okay.
Yep. So if you then that'll basically give you an audio version of kill feed, but kill feed's still great to pay attention to. It tells you which characters, to give you specifics. But pay attention if you are up or down 1 to 2 people. That is an advantage or a disadvantage. in which case you play more aggressive or more passive if you're up or down. If you are up or down 2 to 3 people, then that is a won fight or a lost fight. In which case you go in super aggressive if you've won. If you've lost, you get out if you can. If you can't, you let them kill you. And then you also don't want to use ultimates in won or lost fights, because it's if you've won, it's overkill. If you've lost, then it's just kind of not going to change anything. And they also want to make sure you're not pushing into an already lost fight, you know, coming back out of spawn if it's just you, that sort of thing. That'll make sense. Any questions on that?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yep. All right. Any other questions on anything before?
So you don't want to try to win a lost battle.
Yeah. Well, if it's really lost, then I wouldn't really, like, you can try to do your best if you think you're able to. The idea is, like, if you have like a 5% chance of winning, why would you pop your ultimate, right? Yeah. That sort of thing. So you just kind of want to.
The ultimate is it's really close to my W, so sometimes I accidentally press like 5 health, and then there goes the ultimate.
Yep, and that's just something to, you know, to work on. If you need to, you can rebind it. Other than that, that'll just be like an overtime thing as you learn not to press it. Yep. All right. Why don't you hop into a queue here?
Yep. Okay. It's really annoying how competitive, like how the way they designed it. Like you can unlock competitive, but you can't play it. So what's the point of unlocking it? Why wouldn't you just say that you need to win 25 games? Because like you can click it, but now you have to win 50 games, and then yeah, you can play it.
Did you?
That makes sense.
When you first joined, were you not able to click it?
No, and then after you finish the tutorial, you can click it, but you can't play it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Right. Well,
sorry about my voice. I think they're cold.
All good. I think that it's probably just to make it easier for you to see, oh, I need to do the tutorial. and then it starts to unlock more things to show you.
I don't even have all the characters yet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get Junker Queen from playing the game, or do you have to buy her?
You get Junker Queen just by playing the game, if I'm not mistaken, because she was not part of any of the battle passes. She was.
So I'm going Genji again, right?
Yep, I'm spectating you. Yeah, whatever works for you.
And after this, if we have time, do I go Ash?
We probably will, because we have 25 minutes here.
Yeah. That's
really
crazy.
Depends on how quickly we go through here, but
right.
the last few minutes we'll probably use for a bit of a review. But I want to also try to pump in as much info as possible since you are new. And then, let's see, you also got the notes as well, so I don't need to do as long of a review. Uh-oh.
Well, that's useful. I can
not...
spectate you. I can watch your screen.
Well, it's not, for some reason, it's not letting me swap between characters right now. It's kind of locking me on Pharah. I'm going to try to leave and rejoin.
I really hate defending. Hey. Ooh, that game really likes Rufara.
Yep, it does. It's not letting me swap off of her for some reason. Oh, maybe now she's dead. Nope.
Oh, I heard that. Ow.
Oh, now I'm on you. There we go. Guess we just need you to die.
Each journey has its trials.
How do you tell the difference between a teammate death and an enemy death?
They differ in like
sound?
in pitch. Yeah. So just watch once you hear it. Look at kill feed to see what it is, so you can learn the sound. There, maybe even can like dash up to Widowmaker once you get healed. Oh. Once you got shot, you're like 80 HP, and then you want to just like wait and get healed, request healing. Yeah, because you don't really want to engage a duel if you're low HP. But before you took damage, dashing up to Widowmaker, right? Because you want to close that distance. She's a long-range character. You're a close-range character.
Have any of them even died yet?
If you press tab, two of them have died.
What did I die to?
You died to that Widow headshot.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see her.
Yep. So just make sure being aware of our surroundings, just watching and looking around for the Widowmaker. Using cover, using deflect. Yeah, right now we're just kind of grouping up with our team.
I really hate Moira. Such annoying abilities.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Right now we just want to get healed up. Request it again. Look around for your
No
supports or health packs. Oh, you're not running any healers. Oh, fun.
Yeah.
You're playing open queue right now?
Yeah.
Yep, that'll happen.
It's always annoying because they always have like a amazing Mercy that's always in the air and always healing everybody, and then I get this Mercy that's all on the ground and not healing anybody.
Yep.
Oh boy, there's Bob. Yeah, I got shot from the back.
Yep. At this point, your team composition ain't looking so hot.
Not doing so well.
Each journey has
Would you want to dash to get there faster?
Yeah, if you're coming back from spawn, for sure. Once you start getting closer to the fight, then
Yeah,
you
wait.
want the ability.
Oh boy. Oh, we have no healers at all. Amazing.
Yep. So I just look to rely off health packs, or once again get there. Look for
Ow.
health packs. Watch the Widowmaker. Use cover. You have deflect as an option as well. Yep, and then big thing here is like just look to take as little damage as possible because you don't have healers to help you out, and look to close the distance and get on top of their snipers, right? Because they're running double sniper there. Just try to get as close as possible to them. Right there we're backing up a little bit when like she's 1 HP. If you get that kill, then now might want to start backing up, right? Because she's using coalescence and your team's dead.
Oh,
So-
I gotta get back.
Yeah, just want, and if you need to, you can even dash away from danger.
I
right?
thought I did, but then I guess I didn't.
Yeah. So
I think I dashed a second too late.
in that situation, we were playing a little too passive when Ash was 1 HP, and then we played we were staying in a little too long once they were using ultimates.
Like, would I want to dash up to that alone
No.
Mercy?
So when she's using that, she moves super fast, and she also self-heals more. So I would just avoid shooting at her for the most part. Think of her like a tank. If you get the opportunity to, then sure. Oh, you have a healer now.
Ow.
Yeah, correct.
I'm guessing I died to the Widowmaker again.
No, it's the Ash. You can see it on the top right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your screen.
Oh.
Can we stall that there for 5 minutes?
Very possible to, but might be a little hard.
I shouldn't have done that.
Yep. So look to use deflect a bit more.
Yeah.
We're kind of holding on to that ability. Also, if you need to,
Even the flask that Reinhardt, like
fire strike.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep. If you need to like come from the sides, just look to really right now you're trying to get on top on top of them while taking the least amount of damage. Okay.
Should I push that? Nope.
Yeah, probably just want to let them push in. Right now we can like be positioning like to the. We're probably looking for our ultimate, right? We don't want to hold onto it for too long. Okay. Good ult. Okay. So my apologies. To clarify, I meant when they pushed in a bit more, but it still worked out. It worked, but usually just let them push in a hair more, so once again your team can help take some pressure for you.
Can we push the car back? Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah, it just slowly
Really
pushes
slow.
back when they don't touch it.
Oh nope, that's not worth it.
Yep. Note that since you do have the faster shoot speed and you want to be able to dash
yeah,
people,
left.
you do prefer to be a bit closer. Right now we're positioning more like mid-range.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, oh, there comes one. Alright.
So.
I probably should have retreated.
Yeah, probably. Exactly.
Oh wow, we're pushing it back far. That Reinhardt is really helping. So sorry if you hear me like sniffling. I have a like cold.
Oh,
you know?
good. I feel you. I do too.
Oh boy, Overwatch. That's terrifying. Wow, they're pushing that thing back fast. I'm okay. I don't want to suffer.
Okay. Once again, be careful about.
Yeah,
but just be careful about dashing in the middle of their team without anything going for you, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you see like the Ramach's ulting as well.
The only reason I dash on that one is because they're about to win anyway.
So probably could be using that. Oh, there when he's low, you can just we could have dashed to finish him off.
Press deflect. Oh boy. I'm gonna use my ult if I have the time. Nope, they got it. We don't have enough time. Oh, jeez.
Alright.
That was about to use it. I think I did it a bit better.
Yeah, definitely a bit better. As you're playing through, try to come from like the sides a bit more. So let's talk a bit more about positioning.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
as Genji, you do prefer a closer range, right? Because you want to be able to dash people, and your dash range is, let's see, I think about 15 meters or man, what is it again? So it's not, I don't think it's 20 meters because 20 puts us here, which is 15. So I believe it's 15 meters is your dash range. So we want to be able to dash people, and also we want to be able to use your right click, right? Because right click is that faster damage output the closer we are, and it's going to be able to be easier for us to do things the closer we go. If we're sitting back here, then there's other characters that do this better than us, like Soldier,
like
Hanzo, Ashe, Widow, like pretty much like, you know, half the characters.
Yeah.
So it's just not our preference. You can do it now, and don't sprint into the middle of their team just off cooldown.
So you kind of want to take them 1-1-1.
Yeah, you do want to. Yeah, you do want to take one-on-ones, but the idea is just like whenever you're able to be a bit closer, right? Even if that's within this 15-meter range. So I'd say your preference range is more like 15 meters than it is going to be in closer than it is like 30. Yeah, exactly. So it's close range rather than mid-ranged is the idea behind it. Also, in terms of just going into fights, look to take more side angles. So if we're positioning right here, right, and the enemy team's all up in here on point. They're probably gonna have a tank up in front of you, and they might have a shield. In that last game, they had like 2 shields in front of your face, and it's just gonna be super hard to do anything from here, right? You come down this angle, and they headshot you right away as Widowmaker and Ashe, and you take a lot of extra damage, right? This is what you call the main angle. Now, if we come over here to the side, we'll note that this is really, really fast. It's really, really safe because we can instantly get back to our team really easily. Yet, we can, from over here, well, we just bypass the tanks. We are getting straight to the targets we want to shoot at. We get a surprise advantage where they don't really know that we're coming for that first second. And we also draw fire, so this creates a crossfire effect where now they have to split their attention for us, which makes it better for us and our teammates.
That's what I was trying to do, but then I didn't do it very well because I was getting shot from back too.
Yeah, so high grounds could do this very well for you. So like we could use the high grounds to get over to them, coming from the left and the right, taking off angles, that sort of thing. So that's gonna help us just get to the back line a bit easier, and just close that distance to get on top of them. Yeah, definitely that's gonna be the way to go about it. Dash. Another idea is, instead, if we're dashing someone and we're right next to them, we don't want to dash straight forwards, because then if we try to do that, then we just go sailing past them, and then if we try to follow up, well, now we're all the way over here, so it just makes it super hard. So instead, if you're right next to somebody and you're dashing at them, you can dash at the floor instead, and that'll cancel. It'll cancel off the ground.
Would
And
do the same amount of damage?
yep, the same amount of damage. Correct. So just look at the ground, like at the floor underneath them. Don't dash at your floor, but dash at the floor right underneath them. So it look like that, right? And then to make this even easier, you can jump up and get above them, and it does the same thing. So it would look like this, right? So that'll help stop you from just sailing past them and make follow up easier. Same thing with your ultimate. That's what I was showing you before. With your ult, is you would slash dash slash dash slash dash, right? That sort of thing. Let's see what else is there. Other questions? You know, you're new, so you got your big questions guy.
So this is like our one session, right?
Yeah. So you ordered the one. Yeah, you just ordered the one session, and then with notes as well.
Okay.
Correct. All right. So let's see what else can we go over here, because I don't think we have enough time for another game. Are there any characters that you're unsure of how things work on them? Like
Ash.
Ash. So Ash as a character, and if you ever confuse F1 on characters, will give you if you like go in the training range, you'll be able to see all of their abilities and ultimates. So it doesn't give you it really doesn't give you all the information it should, but it gives you a general overview of their abilities and ultimates and passive. So abilities wise, she has a dynamite, so if she shoots the dynamite, it'll explode and do it does like over 100 damage. So I think it's like 100, and it does a decent bit of damage. It looks like it's like 150 or something like that. So look to avoid that if possible. If she doesn't shoot it, then it'll explode after 3 seconds on the ground where it is. Coach gun. No, it does the same amount of damage.
Okay.
She just can't target it. So then Coach gun, she can use this for mobility. But she can, by Coach getting up to high ground, by like looking down, but she can also use this to, usually it's not super used for damage, but it can also boot people. So if I went up to Tracer, it does up to 90 damage, and it boops them backwards. And then her ultimate is Bob. She can also do, if she's scoped in, she does headshots for what is that, 150? Looks like. Yeah, about 150. And then unscoped, she does a lot less damage. Let's see. So she has that when unscoped, so I take three shots instead. And she can shoot this a bit faster. Usually she doesn't want to do that though. Eats through her ammo. Her ultimate is her Bob, which she will toss into the enemy team, and then he will keep running until he connects with an object or a person. And then if it hits a person, it'll do damage and lift him up in the air. And then it'll just shoot from where he's
It's really annoying with him, because he does a lot of damage really quickly. Exactly.
So usually you want to look to just, run around the corner, avoid him, and then melt him if you're able to. Shoot him while he's in place. Okay. Anything else you're confused about with her?
So if you want to play like farther back, right?
Yeah, she's mid-ranged, correct.
Okay.
Yep. Alright. Let's start wrapping up on Genji, and then if we have extra time, we can go over more. So, let's see. Got abilities. Look to don't just dash in off of nothing, right? When you dash in, think of how you're getting out.
Gotta get out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get out if you get that reset going, and then you can just dash out. You can dash in, and then wall climb up to a high ground. You can dash in.
So you want to dash in, but so every time you want to dash in, you want to think about always getting like a kill.
Yeah, or no, it doesn't always have to get a kill, but you want to get in damage, you want to get a kill, and you also just want to think about like, okay, how am I gonna not die here? Because if you don't die, then you're able to do more, right? So you can, like I said, you can dash in, maybe you mess it up, you climb up to the high ground, or you dash in and then you jump around the corner, or you dash in and you use deflect to back away, right? That's another option. Use teammates to get back out. So you do have options. Just
How long
don't.
does the deflect last?
I mean, we can count it. 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds.
Is it the same when people are shooting at it, or does it last longer?
Correct. Nope. Same no matter what, unless you cancel it. Yep.
So you cancel it by.
No, you can cancel it by pressing it again.
Okay.
Is how you cancel it, and then that's handy in like duels and things like that, or if just nobody's shooting at you. Right. But look to use the deflect a bit more frequently. Dash, use it off. Use it to finish off targets. Right. Overall abilities, about like a medium priority for you to work on. Then comes ultimate. Ultimate. Make sure you're not using it in won or lost fights. Use it when your teammates are actually with you. Dash up in the air before ulting, just to get better visibility over where everyone is. Make sure, and then just add in those extra dashes as well. Mix up your movement. So ult. Slash dash, slash dash, slash, that sort of thing. Dash to the next person to catch up to them. Then, let's see, what else is there? Then overall, that one, probably a bit less than your abilities. So around a medium, maybe but a bit less than your abilities to work on. Then it comes your mechanics. Right click is preference, right? But then left click once you start to get to that longer range, right? Past like 10 meters, roughly speaking. Besides that, look to combo that into your dashes, right? To do those shoot dashes and whatnot. Then besides that, you probably, just as a reminder, crosshair placement is still a thing in Overwatch, so you probably know that a lot from Valorant, but yeah, keep it at head level, right? Look to just continue to do that. Headshots do like 2 times damage, so just look to maintain it. Some Valorant players are like, oh, it's, or some players transferring over to Overwatch, they'll go, oh, I didn't realize it was still a thing, right? So look to just continue to implement that.
You can be my Overwatch coach. I'll be your Valorant coach.
Sounds good. All right, so overall mechanics not as high though. Target priority is another thing, right? Shoot the easiest targets to kill, right? Not the hardest things to kill. Overall, that's a bit lower though. Maybe like lower end of a medium. Then comes your positioning. Use cover. Good positioning is the usage of cover. Bad positioning is the absence of cover. Make sure that you are, just not dashing out into the middle of the open or in the middle of their team. Take off angles. So come from the sides.
Would you want to dash? Like, let's say you're in the middle of them. Would you want to dash behind them, or would you want to dash out? Let's say they don't pull it. You're there. You gotta kill. Would you want to dash out, or would you want to dash back to them?
Usually out. Genji can be in their back line, but doesn't like always want to be like behind them because he doesn't have a ton of self survivability, right? He hasn't do like healing, and whatnot. So he can be behind them, but a lot of times you can just be back to your team, dash back to your team with it. So then besides that, take high grounds. High grounds are fantastic positioning. Play in your proper range, right, which is close range, so like within that 15 meters. This one was probably a big one for you, right? So this one was like the medium-high priority for you to work on. Then besides that, awareness, watch kill feed, right? Pay attention to the flow of the fight. Are you up or down people? 1 to 2 is an advantage or disadvantage. 2 to 3 is a won or lost fight. Don't use ults in won or lost fights. And if you've lost, get out if you can. If you can't, then let them kill you. And then besides that, just make sure you're not pushing in without teammates. To do more 180s and just check, do I have teammates with me? Don't go in an ult if no one's with you. Don't push in and dash in the middle of their team if no one's with you. Don't walk back into the fight if there's no one there. Besides that, just pay attention to just your general surroundings. So your health bar, request healing when you're low. A lot of odds and ends. Pay attention where the enemy team's at. Overall, that one was probably like either higher end of a medium or lower end of a medium high. So to put that all in order, number 1 was positioning, 2 was awareness, 3 was probably going to be your ability usage, then ult usage, then mechanics coming last. Any final questions?
No, not really.
No?
Thank you.
All right. Sounds good. I'm going to stop the recording there.